Thank you. Thank you. My name is Anthony DeMarco. I am the Senior Director of Marketing here for the Lancaster Barnstormers. And on behalf of the Barnstormers organization, we welcome you today to Clipper Magazine Stadium. We are announcing the LeSean McCoy Celebrity Softball Game on June 23rd, which will benefit the LeSean McCoy Foundation and the ALS Association. We're raising funds and awareness for those suffering from ALS. We have a very distinguished panel here today. We have Reggie Guy, who is the director of the LeSean McCoy Foundation, and he's been organizing this very, very impressive list for this softball game. And we have Jim Pinchotti of the Philadelphia chapter of the ALS Association. And to the far right, the pride of the Susquehanna Valley, LeSean McCoy of the Philadelphia Eagles, all-pro running back. Ladies and gentlemen, Reggie Guy.
I guess I thought it was, I'm a little disturbed because I thought I was the pride of the Susquehanna Valley. Apparently it's this guy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for, your patience. LeSean, this kid, man, he went through a lot just to get here. Apparently they started OTAs and preseason workouts, so he had to fight through the traffic of the Schuylkill Valley and make sure that he got here to enjoy your presence today. So I just wanted to thank you for your time and your patience, because I know we're all busy, we all have schedules, and we just appreciate your patience and staying with us. Joined here by Mr. Jim Pinchotti, the ALS Association. He's a remarkable man. I remember when I first got a hold of him, we reached out, we were planning LeSean's Community Day. It's an annual activity that we do in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania at Reservoir Park. And the ALS Association is it's a cause that's near and dear to our hearts as a foundation. LeSean's grandmother was stricken with ALS a number of years ago. She passed about 2 years ago. And that's something that as LeSean was growing up, that was something that they really wanted to he wanted to do something good for his family and for her memory, and he's just been remarkable in terms of giving back to the ALS Association. I remember when my first conversation with Jim, I said, hey Jim, so we're going to do this community day. We want to raise some money for you guys, do a bowling. I think we had a bowling event. We were getting some sponsors together, put together a nice community event, and Jim was all for it. He was just like, hey Reggie. I remember this specifically. He said, my job is to, raise money and get on the phone and call people all the time, nonstop, kind of pound the pavement and draw money for our cause. He said, it's not often that we just get people who are calling for us and calling to donate to us. So that just kind of speaks to the character of this LeSean McCoy. Now, granted, he's done a number of things on the field, a number of great things, but I'm the biggest fan of LeSean McCoy, the person. I see the impact that he has on our community, what he does for the kids, and this is someone he's equally committed, if not more. He's equally committed to the improving the quality of life of America's youth, especially those of Pennsylvania. This is the Pennsylvania child, man. He's done everything from going. He's a All-American high school running back here in the area. He went out to Pittsburgh, All-American at University of Pittsburgh, and then now professionally he's doing his thing as an all-pro running back for the Eagles. So in Pennsylvania, he has a very strong name. He's one of the rare people that, no matter from the eastern side of the state or the western side of the state, the love that he receives, it's the same. Now, those Steelers fans can be kind of harsh on him, but for the most part, the love is equal. It's because of his commitment and what he's done for others. I'm very excited about this celebrity game. I have the rough job of not only working with LeSean McCoy, but I have 20 LeSean McCoys I'm working with for this event. So we have a lot of big names that we're going to bring here to the Lancaster area. We have his teammates. I think the theme for what we're going to do for our game is what's going to be the Eagles against basically the NFL. So a lot of LeSean's buddies have committed. We have some high-profile guys that we're going to get on board. We also have a lot of my good friend Brett Strohacker over here from the Eagles. He's there's a list of celebrity Eagles fans. So we have a nice partnership. We're working alongside with the Eagles to bring, you know, a lot of heavy hitters here to the Lancaster area. I'm going to turn it over to Jim and just kind of give you guys a deeper understanding as to, you know, what the ALS Association is and how, of course, we can raise some money by our, you know, through this charity softball game and continue to do great things for their organization. So thank you for your time, everybody. I appreciate it. Joe.
Thanks. Thank you all for being here. I'm not a lifelong LeSean McCoy fan, but I'll tell you what, the last 3 years I've become a huge fan of LeSean. The ALS Association is the only national not-for-profit organization dedicated solely to the fight against Lou Gehrig's disease. We provide programs and services for over 850 people in the eastern half of Pennsylvania and also in the southern half of Jersey and Delaware. Most of you probably don't know a lot about ALS, and today's not really the time to give you a lesson on ALS, but let me tell you that it is a devastating neuromuscular disease that is usually fatal within 2 to 5 years of diagnosis. I never had the pleasure of meeting LeSean's grandmom, but I did meet his granddad. Mr. Branch is a wonderful guy, and I think you meet Mr. Branch and you know where LeSean's getting his way of being and caring. LeSean McCoy and the whole McCoy family are determined to do 2 things: to win and to help others. And I'll tell you what, Shady's talent is matched only by his heart. As we've seen through his work on the field, LeSean doesn't let any hurdle stop him, which is pretty useful when you're a running back. Having seen the devastating effects of ALS in his own family, LeSean knows that he's known, I think, for a long time, if he had a chance to help people, he was going to take it. He was going to step up to the plate and make a difference. As I said, the 850 people that we serve and their families are proud, very proud to have LeSean's help, not just because of his name, that's very helpful and we're glad to have that, but because he is committed. He is committed to rise up and do even more than any of us could imagine, and that is truly a blessing. LeSean, we thank you for that. How was your cue?
Thank you. I want to say sorry for being a little late. Right here can tell you, he works for the Eagles in the marketing department and the media, so I could tell you this never happens. So. But we're here today just to kind of talk about just the ALS. You know, my grandmother was facing for years ago, and it really hurt my family. You know, myself, my mother, because my grandma, she was so strong, very spiritual. I know people that kind of just like walk the room, brighten it up. You know, we found out that she was diagnosed with the disease. We didn't really know too much about it. You know, sure enough, we learned about it very soon. You know, from just studying and researching it, and then once it really started affecting her, you know, we started seeing this little stuff, which is the disease, you know, wearing off on her. You know, she lost her speech and things like that, and she couldn't walk, and you know, so it's so sad. You know, kind of just hit at the body. And the biggest thing is, as a family, we decided that we're going to try to give back to the cause and maybe help it out, raise tons of money, do anything we can do to help my grandmother, because I know she's smiling at this thing like, wow, my grandson is not only just a football player, he's actually trying to help others. I think that she would do the same thing, no matter what the disease is. So just in her name, try to give back and kind of help the cause out. So me and Jill became good friends. It's funny how people become good friends with you. You don't really know them too well, and then you get to know them. There's little stuff you like about them. So that's kind of you.
It's the beard you like, right?
But and then also for the softball game, I think it'll be tons of fun. I think it'll draw a lot of fans out, a lot of great players. Of course, got a lot of great Eagles there, so that's definitely going to draw some attention. That's pretty much it. Any questions or?
How do you convince Victor Cruz, Ray Rice, all these guys to come out to Lancaster for a softball game?
Well, it starts out with beating down on them for the season. But now we get some free time, and we're out. We do a lot of things together, especially with marketing. I did tons of stuff. When I was on TV with Victor Cruz, and it was weird because I didn't really talk to him too much. This guy's a giant. There's a championship ring. I don't know to talk to him. And then we had a lot of stuff that had in common. We started talking, and I told the guys I'm having an event. And they felt for me. I told them my story about my grandmother. Also, told them about just the disease and how it affects people. And I'm actually good friends with a lot of guys. So, it worked out. I want to go to some of their camps, things like that. We're all athletes, and we all kind of stick together. Even if you got guys like OC,
If you can get him, that would be.
Oh man, he won't make it out alive.
No sound bites, no sound bites.
You say you have a girl's name.
He makes that game.
What does it mean to be able to? Obviously, you got the new contract. You have the ability to do some things now that most people can't do. You have a platform for it. Is this something you've always kind of dreamed of being able to do? Get back?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's why I work so hard. I think some people get it mixed up with athletes. They make the money, they make the bucks. It's not about all the fancy things that you might think that guys want to do or want to spend it with. The first thing with my foundation, we have meetings together. Each Sunday, we talk about what we want to do. How can we help out others? Those are the first questions we ask. How can we help out? How can we donate to this cause or this foundation, this charity event? So it's always things that that we want to do. I think this contract helps me out be more flexible with different things. Also I have a community that, like Reggie mentioned earlier, that I do each year. That's for the kids. That's all free. I'm sure we have people that sponsor and help out. For the most part, it's for the generation. The next guys up, their future. So we try to do whatever's possible for the young kids.
Shady, how did you pick Lancaster? Is it because it's between Philly and Harrisburg and it's just kind of in the middle there?
Yeah, definitely. You know what? It started out because I know I'm a big draw in Harrisburg, and I started coming out to Lancaster doing autograph signings and just seeing the reaction of the kids and the people here. And then also when we came down to the mall, we just came down here for the game. I'm like, man, let's try to do both. Let's try to, we did it in Harrisburg before, let's try to bring it out to Lancaster. It's kind of in the middle. I think people from Philly can travel down, people from Harrisburg. So it's kind of in the middle. I think it'll be good. I think it'll draw more people. Yeah.
What game you had to do softball?
Barnstormers definitely treats me good. It's definitely a plus.
Watch softball, Shady, as opposed to, there's a lot of different things you can do.
I think softball is probably the safest event we do. And also, I think get more players. More players in softball. And, interact with the fans a little bit. I thought a basketball game would be too much. With so many injuries going on. And also, in the Pro Bowl, I got a chance to talk to Drew Brees. He was telling me how the softball game went down there in New Orleans, how cool it was, and how safe it was. So, it gave me a good idea. So I kind of ran with it. I don't want to take all the credit for it.
Have you gotten a glove, baseball cleats, anything like that?
Yeah, everything. Baseball cleats, everything.
And you get Riley was drafted, right?
That's right. The old guys are drafted. Mike was actually about to get drafted or something like that.
He said he's that good at a curveball.
I was telling a lot of guys about it. So people are excited. It's probably better when they get here and see what they really can do. They say they can do.
He's going to do better than when he threw that opening pitch out.
That's by the way, that didn't count though.
So Sean, could you go through some of the names that you've talked to about who's coming?
Victor Cruz, my team is Victor Cruz, King Nix, we got Greg Jennings, we got Ray Rice, we got Torrey Smith. There's more names.
You have your whole fantasy football roster.
I'm trying to do all the teams and players. So, who else we already?
Frank Gore.
Frank's coming. I'm waiting on.
We talked to Rob Gronkowski.
I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah. So there's a solid roster of guys that are especially invited.
He's confirmed?
Yeah.
I know Devin
All
Hester
three
will
of
be
them.
here, but I'm waiting to see what Forte does. He's not only a contract thing, so I know how touchy that can be. So.
How relieved are you to have that?
Wait. And then the Eagles. I mean.
How relieved are you to have this contract situation negotiated and out of the way and just focus on football and doing charity?
I knew this was going to come. I'm excited. I'm excited because I didn't want to go through the whole holdout and going back and forth. Should I go? Should I stay? Or what should I do? I had a lot of confidence in Coach Reed and Howie, Mr. Lurie, and Drew Rosenhaus, my agent, Jason Rosenhaus. Guys did a great job of getting the contract done. So I'm so excited. I think only all the players so far that signed. I think the coaches did a great job of bringing all our guys back. We have a big season, a hard schedule, so it's very important that we get off on the right foot. There's no holdouts. I think everybody will be can. Now we have some room. We can bring in some guys, free agency, make the team better. I think it's the year that the Eagles make some real noise, some real damage. So I think the coaches and the management felt like the last guy we got signed was LeSean, and they gave me a nice deal. And knowing that I have a year left in my contract, it just shows you how much they really appreciate me and the type of management you have in Philadelphia. So I'm blessed to be there for another 5 or 6 years. And who knows, another extension. I feel confident. I'm just so happy. And a lot of guys, they go through so many troubles to get the contract. Without a doubt, Coach Reed came out publicly and said, we're going to get him done. And I see a lot of guys on TV. You see it, where Drew Brees is one of the best players, not important, but best players in the NFL. He's struggling to get the contracts, and other guys are. So just to have the ability to have a contract so early, man, it says a lot about myself, my teammates, and the organization.
You're a guy who's obviously, you're always close to your roots, you're always coming back here and everything. How important is it to keep doing stuff back here in this area for you?
I think it's major. I look at a lot of players that they become big time or they get new deals, and you don't really hear from them too much. You go around the neighborhoods and ask about them, and nobody has anything positive to really say. I think as athletes, sometimes they forget that where they come from and what has built you to the stage. It's the communities, it's the people that supported you, the rough times and the good times. I have so many rough times. I can remember guys just being supportive in my neighborhood, in my area. I'm so willing to do anything in Lancaster or Harrisburg. Because I just think about the times where it didn't look like I would be a Philadelphia Eagle, or be an all-pro running back. When times look bad for me. I'm saying? People, kind of help me out to get where I'm at today. So I always try to do whatever I can do, or in my will, to help the new generation out, or the communities out. So that's kind of my meaning of why I do things I do. I don't need a pat on the back or oh, you're just a great guy. I do it because it's the right thing to do. I do it because my grandmother, who had ALS, was a great, great woman. She would do the same thing. So things like that, what drives me.
How much satisfaction does it give you? I mean, obviously, everybody knows about you on the field. How much satisfaction is it to you that you can give back off the field and kind of be known as a good guy that way?
It feels good that people know me as more than just a good running back. I have conversations with people. Obviously, the first thing they say is, oh, some football questions or whatever, some stats. And then the next thing, surprisingly, will be like, oh, yeah, my grandmother or aunt was at your community day, or donated some money for the ALS, cause. So stuff like that. I'm like, wow, maybe I'm doing something special. That somebody was touched. And it's more than just you being a football player. Because it feels good to know that people know you for more than just running the ball. It's nice because I grew up and I love the team. I love the players. But little stuff like what they do. What else do you do? So stuff like that. It makes me happy.
LeSean, how much, with your giving back off the field and your production on the field, how much do you think it might have helped actually for the Eagles to see you in that good light and want to renegotiate your contract?
Well, you're right. Because talking to Mr. Lurie, the biggest thing he said was, we gave you a deal because it's so early because we like you. You're a good kid around the locker room, off the field. He said a couple of times he'd be out somewhere and people would bring up, oh, I seen what LeSean McCoy did and such and such. So things like that make people like you. I mean, I would like somebody if I see them doing things, donating to different charities and stuff like that. You know, I would like them. You know, so he talked about me being, you know, one of the faces of the franchise. You know, not just a football player. That's what people don't get. It's bigger than just being a ball player. You know, what else can you do? How can you help the community of Philadelphia? You know, and that's one of the reasons why. Because I'm willing to take that hour, 2 hours out of my day or a busy schedule. You know, maybe it might be a little late, but and donate and spend time with children or whatever it may be.
Shady, did you play baseball growing up at all? Or?
Actually, I was pretty good too. They say your best player is a shortstop. The majority of my years playing ball, I play shortstop.
Did you play anything better?
Nah, I wasn't allowed. Only football. Growing up, I played everything else.
So Coach Wechter and Coach Reed look like good softball players to me. They going to give you any advice?
I don't know if they give me any advice, especially Coach Reed and Coach Wechter.
Andy was pretty good baseball.
Was it?
Yeah, he was.
I see. I'm sorry, 'cause I took the judgment off that. Tape. It's football. I asked him about that. Was he a good baseball player?
Yeah, he was.
Somebody text him later on and ask him about that.
So you're going to play short in the game then here, right?
Yeah, got to play shortstop. I'm a little pitcher. The good thing is it's my event, so I can do whatever I want.
A different position each inning. That'd be great.
Get the fans what they want. Any more questions? No football questions? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we got that tomorrow.
Tomorrow. All right, guys. So thank you everybody for coming out. Then again, sorry I was late. Sorry I was late.
Folks, tickets will go on sale to the general public Thursday at 9 a.m. You can go on the Lancaster Barnstormers website for more information. And we look forward to seeing you on June 23rd right here at Clipper Magazine Stadium. So thank you very much for coming out today.